Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match in Pool B of the Cape Town Sevens. It will be the Samoans going head to head with Japan. Now, we do know at the moment in Pool C, New Zealand, Argentina, and Spain are all in the hunt. And the winner of that pool will face off against the second place team in this grouping, which is why Samoa, they want to finish ahead of Ireland and they will have to get past the Japanese to be able to do so. Samoa's lineup: Va'a Pilomaliko, Yuna Sione, Taunuu, Naulevaya, Paul Eti Slater, Paul Scanlon, Tuna Tuitama, and Fa'afoi Falaniko, the last man in that starting lineup for the Manu Samoa Sevens. Then for Japan will be Fakushi, Koga, Maro, also Hayashi, Okudaira, I believe it is, Yaku Shiji, and also Sujino. It's interesting because it used to be I'd struggle more with the Pacific Island names, but now the Samoan names flow off the tongue. The Japanese names, not so much. And hey, bro, the Samoan coming now, says Talua. They are indeed making their way out onto the field here with a strong starting lineup. And Valvasa Afasua, the other co-captain, alongside Maliko, he will be coming off the bench. So some big skill here for the Samoans. I expect a strong win, although Ireland struggled a bit up against the Japanese. We're doing pretty nicely. They've left Sojima off the starting lineup. Let's get a Samoa because the Kenyan and New Zealand on, says Dalua. So you might be just a little bit behind. I know the game ran long. So yeah, if you skip forward a little bit further, you should be up to this match, or it will be coming just around the corner for yourself in a very short moment. Kiwi boy, what are your predictions for Portugal, Morocco, France, and England? I'm a big fan of African football. I'll go Portugal and France, the two winners of those games. But I have been wrong in all of my quarterfinal predictions for the FIFA World Cup. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong again. Japan about to kick off this one. Yaku Shiji going to be kicking it off. The man whose name I struggle with the most. Probably going to touch the ball the most. For Japan, the ball goes loose. No one actually gets a hand on it, and it goes straight into touch. Off the bounce. Samoa now with the line-out throw. Bit of an anticlimactic start to this game, I guess you could say. I think Samoa were keen to get that ball in hand straight away, fire it out that back line, show everyone what they can do. But Scanlon about to throw this one in. It's a loose throw. It's almost not straight the other way, but they've been able to retain it. Scanlon passes across. And then all of the backs involved. Paul Eti Slater, one more pass to Tuitama. He's already put in some big hits up against Japan in Dubai. We'll be looking to do the exact same in this game. Scanlon tries to break the line. Nice tackle made by Hayashi. Back across onto the 22 now for Samoa. Their own, that is. Pilomaliko does a little stutter step. That's broken him through the line. I don't think he's going to be caught by the Japanese. Maliko, just too much pace, or does he? Oh, what a chase that is from the number one, Yaku Shiji. But he wasn't able to catch him. Pilomaliko goes in for the first try of the match for the Samoans. Should be a nice, easy kick in the process as well. That will give them the 7-0 lead. Great run from Pilomaliko. And the word of that run, I would say, is patience. Didn't try and break the line straight away. Instead, waited to see what Japan's defense were going to do. They started drifting. So he did the little stutter, get them going the other way, and then just carve your way up the middle like you're carving a big Christmas ham. Christmas time coming around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Should be exciting to see the legs of the Sevens straight after Christmas. I believe the first one will be Hamilton, taking place in late January. And then there's also Malaga, I believe, is coming up soon. But he has overtaken Grandidier once again for the try scorers of this series, already sitting on 14 currently. That one has gone 2 meters for the kickoff. Japan decide to retain that ball rather than taking the quick tap on the halfway line. Once again, it will be Hayashi with the ball. Going across to the left here, the Japanese, their first attacking chance of the day. It's a loose one, and it's a knock-on as well. Now Samoa almost able to jump on it. It's actually going to be the penalty for offside in favour of these Samoans. Now they go off to the right. Yuna Sione, great step. Big Fang goes through, scores the try, and Samoa get themselves another. Oh my word, that was a quickie. Says Elon there, and also Japan can be my favourite, or can become my favourite. A nice try to let go a little bit earlier on from Nate, but another key player of mine, Yuna Sione, scores the try. Brilliant fin there. But well and truly pushed the Japanese player back, but just a little shuffle from Yuna Sione. Doesn't try and overdo it, just a quick little 1-2 step through the gap. Another try for Samoa. And points differential in this group could be crucial, depending on the result we see between Ireland, and they are going to be playing up against Uruguay in the near future. If Ireland end up losing that game, there's a good chance Samoa finish top. If Ireland win that game, it will come down to their final matchup where they do play at about 2:30 a.m. New Zealand time tonight. That will work out who's at the top. The quarterfinals, though, actually taking place tonight as well, about 6:30 a.m. New Zealand time tomorrow morning. Oh, that's play in the half. Not allowed to do that. And Japan now have the penalty in their favour. 22 metres out from their own line. If Morocco win, I'll give you 18 Aussie dollars, says Shish. And they're like, oh, that'd be all right, wouldn't it? Now the wide cut out pass. Going for Japan out wide. Good shot from Va'a, Pilomaliko and Tuitama. Still on the Japanese side. Maro going across again. They haven't got Saljima in that lineup, like I mentioned, so they're missing a bit of that size that they'd normally have in the Samoan flag from Unknown Ninja there. Good hands from Japan, being able to just hang onto that one, selling a bit of a dummy, almost skipping through the gap. Available again for the Japanese. Keeping this ball alive. They've been going back and forth for about a minute now, just inside of their own half, trying to find a gap, but that gap does not seem like it's going to open up. Very strong defense from Samoa. Last thing they want to do, though, is give away a penalty for being offside or infringing in the breakdown. Nice offload from Japan now. Bit of a slip from both players. Scanlon as well as the ball carrier. Now across from Japan, just phase after phase after phase. Minute and a half, almost 2 minutes. They've had this ball in their hands up to the halfway line now. Slowly driving forward. It is going to be Yakushishi. Penalty for Japan for the high tackle. They take the quick tap, keeping the ball alive. Now off to the right-hand side. Good attack and run from the Japanese. Okudaira not able to go through. 22 metres out. Another pass, the draw and pass. All they need now is the finish in the corner. Oh, he's pushing a touch. That is a unique tackle attempt from Pilomaliko. He went, I'm not tackling you around the bootlaces. I'm just going to give you a double-handed shove. Make your momentum carry you into touch. Strategic from Pilomaliko. Nice work from the Samoans, now having themselves another attacking chance in the half. They're only 10 metres out from their line, though. Great tackle made. Oh, Paul Slater getting driven closer and closer to his own goal line. 5 metres out. What do Samoa do now? They go for the box kick. Something that should have been used in the last match. And in fact, he's going to almost retain his own kick instead. It's Va'a Apilo. No, it's not. It's going to be Naoliwaya, who just has the jog all the way to the try line. The kick was great. But yeah, New Zealand, Kenya. Kenya should have used that tactic in the first half. It did cost them a try. And Naoliwaya now is going to be able to score the third try of the match for the Samoans. That will make it now 19 points to nil. Nice bounce, and he's gone. Pretty strategic there, because instead of deciding to chase that one extremely hard, Paul Slater, he knew that he had a taller man waiting behind him who had the momentum of carrying it forward, and it was a great try, but great push from Pilomaliko, just pushing the man into touch. They are just going to be showing it again. Japan, they thought they had a good chance for the corner, and then just the momentum pushing them out. And then the try scored for Naoliwaya down the other end. Make the score 21-0 at halftime now. Favour of the Manu Samoa Sevens side. In fact, we've still got one more play of the half, so there's still a chance we could see another try for the Samoans. Now, I mentioned Japan lost to Ireland by 14 points. Currently, they're hanging in there big time up against the Samoans. In terms of around that same points difference is what I meant there. That wasn't really a great sentence. Saying they're hanging in there when they're 21-0 down, not exactly a statement there that's going to be claimed by Samoa. They're going back for the halfway kick, the quick tap. Portugal, when you give me 19 New Zealand dollars, can you have this money or not? I have. Says Shish, no, I won't give you no money. I feel like for $19, I could buy 3 beautifully ripe Australian mangoes. I wouldn't want to give that opportunity up. Now, a nice run. A little bit of a knock on. No, they've said it's gone backwards. Now it sits up again. That one's now gone forward from Japan. Nope, they say play on. They've said release against Pilomaliko. I think the referee missed an obvious knock on against the Japanese there. They will continue. Good pressure from Samoa in the breakdown. Japan now working away to the right-hand side. Wide cut out pass. Oh, the Japanese lot of very flat passes here. That one's extremely close to forward. It's been called as forward, and now it will be halftime in this game. 21 points to nil in favour of Manu Samoa. Starting pretty well in this half, you'd have to say. They had a long period of defence, which will test the endurance that the Samoans have. Their next game's going to be up against Ireland, and that endurance will be tested in that game 110%. Like I mentioned, that game will be taking place at about 2:36 a.m. New Zealand time, I believe it is. We will be starting our live stream at around 2:30. A lot of water being put on the heads of the Samoans who are just trying to stay cool. Yikes, Japan, better luck second half, says Diane there. Certainly going to need to start a lot better. Wayne Barnes is not the ref. 4 pass was called, says Elon. Yeah. Sam Dixon saying it's quite tricky to switch back on after a tough competition last week in Dubai, but Cape Town, they've already had 11 titles won, and luck won't help, says Gavin there. Oh, you never know. Bit of luck always goes a long way. You look at the way that ball bounced for the Samoans in that first half when Noah Levi was able to run onto it. If that ball was being mean, would have just ran the other way. And also, we've got there, I agree, Gavin, living in hope. Yeah, but yeah, Samoa. We've seen already 35 passes from the Japanese. Very solid from them, but they weren't able to get a single try on the board. Soljima's going to be out there on the second half. Also, they've got Noguchi as another player, Morita, and Mayagami. Very skillful players, but Samoa have got a good bench. Samoa, not too bad, says Elon. And how much money do you have? 500 New Zealand dollars or 900 New Zealand dollars? Come on, you are a YouTuber, says Shish. I mean, as a lot of people know, when you're a YouTuber, you don't exactly make the big bucks. Like I always say, we do it for the passion, not for the money. Because if we were doing it for the money, she's a pretty big debt that we've built from doing the YouTube side of things. Is why I've got a part-time job throughout the week to try and take away some of that debt that we have caused. And Hamish, do you like super hot sauces? Nah, I'm not a fan of hot sauces. I prefer a mild. And I was like, oops, says Nate there. And also, we've got their Messi today, God, says Gavin. Yeah, Argentina making it through the Netherlands. I didn't actually get to see that match, but I saw Netherlands scored in the 11th minute of extra time or of regular time when they were playing the injury period. They scored after the 100th minute, which is pretty insane to think about. Now, Japan inside of their own 22, slinging this ball across quite nicely. Are looking for Saljima. I don't believe he's out on the field yet. Nice run forward. Good tackle made by the try scorer earlier on for Samoa. Levi, and it's a clean turnover. Falaniko now going to be breaking the line alongside Sione. That step got him straight in the head, I believe. For Paul Scanlon. Wide out pass. Uitama, one more. It's going to be hard to stop. Pilo Maliko. He actually decided he wanted to feel some contact there. Saljima tried to stop him from putting the ball down, unable to. Amizu 100 and Portuguese are perfectly placed to lose to cold Croatia in the final, says Elon there. Should mention as well for anyone following the West Indies versus Australia. Australia currently 52 for none after 10 overs. Going very nicely for themselves. But Paul Etty Slater got in that turnover in the breakdown. Now, Sione. It was an ugly one for Paul Scanlon. Ended up taking some head contact. Yep, I'd just be more thanks towards, says Mark. Apilo Maliko. He's now got a 2-try lead over Grandier. We're looking to continue extending that. Portugal are clicking, says Gavin. Yeah, having a good win over Switzerland, 6-1 in the quarterfinals. That's a rough kick from Samoa, but the score still remains at 26 points to nil for the Samoan boys here. 5.5 minutes left on the clock. Kicked high from Samoa, waiting for that one to come down. It's an awkward swirling one. Well done by the Japanese number 13, Moreta, though, to be able to take it cleanly. Inside of the 22, another big run by Mayagami. Has made his way onto the field recently as well for the Japanese. I believe they made a majority of subs actually at halftime. Sojima goes across now to the number 4, Koga. Sojima gets it up to 40 metres out from the line, almost stolen. And in fact, it is going to be the penalty won by Paul Scanlon. Pilo Maliko just telling his team, we're going to settle down a little bit here, boys. We've got the potential of a big win. All we need is to just keep our composure. Lima, 64 tests for Samoa, played 5 Rugby World Cups from 1993 to 2005. Now he's the coach of the Samoan side, who have now taken the scrum. Will lure in 3 Japanese defenders, including that big man Sojima, which means they will have space on the outside to use. Tackle completion, only 44% for the Japanese, something that's let them down in this game compared to the last match up against Ireland. They have made a lot less tackles. They made 47 passes, though. And you got good, you got pronunciation, not so easy peasy Japanesey, says Elon there. And what's the next Sevens game? Says Gavin. The next one that we are covering is going to be a little bit further down the line at about 10:05, I believe it is. I'll just have a quick look, make sure that that is correct. So we've got an hour break where I'm going to be cooking some food. But the next match that's taking place is Ireland-Uruguay in only 3 minutes' time. But the next game that we are doing is South Africa versus Fiji at 10:19 p.m. And howdy, says CP. Welcome and mate. Another try just going the way of the Samoans. This time there's going to be Paul Scanlon who goes in. Just a few little mistakes from the Japanese in defense has led to many tries for the Samoans. They're looking to bring up 50 here. And if Japan aren't careful in their defense, could be, wow, that's a big shot from Falaneko. Just broke through 3 tackles in a row, found the offload to Scanlon. What do you eat for dinner tonight? Buffalo chicken wings from Pizza. They sound all right, but I think I'm just going to have some hot chips, to be honest. They're nice and quick. Get to have them in between the live stream, and I'll probably have my proper meal at about 2, not 2, probably about 1 a.m. tonight will be when I have tea. And Shisha said, hi, welcome in again. And Mr. Brian Lima, salute. And Samoa, so says Sam. They're looking strong at the moment, though. They had a good win over Uruguay in their first match. They had to fight hard for it. Got there in the end. Now sitting with 33-0 on the board up against this Japanese side. They were able to slightly push the Irish to the later stages of the game. You wonder whether or not that was just the start of their tournament. They were fired up after Dubai. And now maybe that momentum has faded. Quick tap taken by the Japanese. They were saying they went back the 10 meters. Sojima now passes on the outside. Rush defense, though, from Samoa is looking extremely good. Falaneko. Oh, no clear releases. Goal. I thought he did do a little bit of a release there for Samoa. Now Japan once again going off to the right-hand side, just looking for a gap in the Samoan defense. That doesn't look like it's happening. Remember the Haggis discussions game, says Gareth. Says Gavin there. I remember quite a few. We've had quite a few Scottish heritage discussions, if that makes sense. I remember a while ago, we actually looked up what clan I would be a part of for back in the day, and we found a little beer that would actually have the same name as myself, which was kind of cool and good pronunciation. It is harder to say than say no to a nice cold beer on a hot day, says Elon there. And go the box, says Gavin, and yeah, they will be playing up against the Fijians. 10-19, that should be an absolutely brilliant game. And it's hard to tell who's going to win that one because South Africa, they had a good first win. Able to get themselves that victory over Canada, 17 points to 7. They had to work hard, whereas Fiji beat France 33 points to 0. So you'd have to say Fiji, even though it's in Cape Town, might have a bit of the momentum heading into that contest. Nice counter ruck from the Samoans, winning the penalty again. Japanese discipline's been letting them down throughout this game. Now just pinning the ears back down the wing. Finds the offload on the inside. And this time, Tuna Tuitama is going to get himself the try. No, it's not. It is going to be, instead of Tuitama, will be the man off the bench, Motu Opitai. I believe actually replaced Tuitama. They're on the field, but a big gap opening up down the short side. Great run from Noolevai. He's been good in this game. And it's another great try for the Samoans. They move up to 38 points to 0 with the kick to come, which is also successful. 40-0, 2 minutes to go. Yes or no in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Can Samoa bring up the 50 points? They need 2 more tries. Is that doable in 1 minute and 10 seconds? Do let me know. They're going to be kicking off. If they retain this kickoff, it is certainly a possibility for the Samoan boys. They're taking their time here. They've got to kick it now. Oh, they only just snuck that one in time. But they go off long. It's bounced. It's going to stay in the field of play. Japan able to clean it up. And over the ball. Hang on. That's a turnover there for Nui almost. But it is just going to be handled by the Japanese. I think the referee was asking whether or not there was a clear release for that one. That's going to be a bouncing kick. Or bouncing pass, sorry, I should say, for the Japanese. Inside of their own half, big shot put on by Falaneko. Might have hurt his own rib in the process by doing that one. Was the highest 7 score ever? Anyone know? Ooh, I'm going to do a quick Google. It's a knock on there from the Japanese, so we've got a bit of time. Highest 7s score in a match. I want to say it's about 70. Highest rugby 7 score. Belgium team win 356-3. Surely that was in a rugby union rather than 7s. Highest 7s score. All-time records, Japan, 145. No, that's not the right thing. Not too sure. I believe it's around that 60 or 70 mark, though. Somewhere around there. One last chance for the Samoans. Through he goes. Scores the last try of the match. And this time, it is Tune Tuitama who has got that final try of the match for the Samoans. That will bring them up to a very nice deficit over the Japanese. And either we get that one more try, says Nate, and they got that. Hi, Manu boys, says Tess. Great work. Running sideways. Dangerous run from Tuitama. They didn't want to try and tackle him. Definitely not with the speed that he was building up. It's a decent low tackle in the end from one of the Japanese players, but just wasn't going to be stopping him from there. The last kick of the game just about to take place. It's a decent strike of the ball. It hits the post, doesn't go over. I have 999 Aussie dollars in my dreams, but bro, I am poor man. I only have 50 Aussie dollars. Says just there, 320 minutes each half. No, I believe that was a union game. They got it a bit confused because, yeah, scoring 56 tries in a game of rugby sevens, as nice as it would be, just isn't quite possible for them, unfortunately. And Samoa and Cape Town says to Altala, I predicted that they'd make it through to 3rd place, I believe, was my prediction for Samoa. I said that they'd win the whole thing in Dubai, and they finished about 8th, so I don't want to jinx them this time. And when I was in Sydney in 2019, there was an abandoned car in New Line Road. There was a please move this car, and the owner came back for it and moved it a few meters. Says Kiwi Game, but also well done, Samoa, and highest union score in the tournament. New Zealand 156 now over Japan and South Africa, says Gavin. That's going to be the end of this game. Like I mentioned, Samoa getting themselves a nice, comfortable win here over the Japanese. If you did enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Our next one will be taking place in 1 hour, 24 minutes. South Africa versus Fiji. And then we will be moving into Ireland versus Samoa at 2:32 a.m. New Zealand time. Will be the next live stream that we have got after that, followed by South Africa versus France at 4 a.m. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And we'll see you all for the next one.